just had to appear like Houdini. That's what I do. Magically appear like I am a Lucky Charms leprechaun. Welcome to another episode of Hot-ish. You know who it is, your girl Starr. And I'm going to be breaking down all the dirt you missed this week, okay? We are going to get into the Johnny Depp trial, Elon Musk's huge purchase. Will J-Lo be popping out any more babies? We want to know who's newly single, who's newly married, who's going on tour this year, who's got new music dropping. And of course, you know we got a lot to chit-chat about later when it comes to dating and relationships. So let's dish your hot-ish. So I know you want to know what's trending, right? The defamation case between Johnny Depp and his ex-wife, Amber Heard. Of course, it continues to make headlines as well as crazy TikToks and funny memes. I don't know if you've seen them. I've seen them. I'm dying. Now, the one thing we know for sure is that it was a toxic marriage, all right? They broke up in 2016. They've been continuing their battle in court. He is suing for $50 million in damages and denies ever being violent with Amber. She, on the other hand, she's countersuing for $100 million and claims that she was only violent in self-defense. Now, I really don't know who to believe at this point because either way you look at it, they're both tarnishing like any possible future career moves. This is bad. This is also ugly at the same time. So I want to know where you stand so far. Are you team Johnny or are you team Amber? So Elon Musk, rich boy bought Twitter this week for $44 billion. And once the deal's finalized, it's going to become a privately held company. Now, when that happens, the Twitter shareholders, if you are one, are going to be getting $54.20 in cash in exchange for each share in the company. I mean, it could add up if you have a lot of shares, but really? Anyway, Elon tweeted, "Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated." And then he went on to say, "I hope even my worst critics remain on Twitter because that's what free speech means." Listen, I'm all about freedom of speech. In fact, I already got my popcorn ready because once this transaction is complete, which I'm hearing is expected to be by the end of the year, well, buckle up, my besties, because we're going to be in for a wild ride. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch it all unfold. I mean, we are already looked at by the rest of the world as a reality show, which probably gets even higher ratings than the Kardashians. Not to mention, I've already started to see some of the Twitter wars. Oof, it's about to go down. Remember, you can find me on Twitter at Starr, aka Virtual. We can totally talk about it over there, too. Ice Cube, the rapper, by the way, was also one of the first celebs to show off his excitement about Elon Musk taking over, saying, "Free at last." And then he goes to tweet at Elon Musk, "Take off my shadow ban, homie." You know, I'm about to tweet to Elon Musk, "Pass me some more popcorn, homie," because this is going to be a good show. You know what I'm saying? Camila Cabello is the new face in Victoria's Secret first bilingual campaign. And I got to say that I am loving that they're finally incorporating crossovers when it comes to other languages. Now, here's the thing. Camila's promoting one of their perfumes, and I want you to see this video that she made.
To me, the word bombshell means owning your desires. Hay un bombshell en todas nosotras.
She is the cutest thing ever. And now she kind of has me wanting to pick up a bottle of Bombshell because I am feeling like a bombshell right now. Boom. You know, just when I thought maybe, just maybe J-Lo and Ben would have a love child, the thoughts have been crushed because they are reportedly not planning to have any children together. Now, as you know, J-Lo's got 2 kids with her ex-husband, Mark Anthony. Ben's got 3 with his ex-wife, Jennifer Gardner. But their focus right now is to raise their kids to be good adults, and the party of 5 is enough for them. But then again, we never thought these 2 would end up back together. So never say never because you just never know. I don't care if she's like 52 or 53, but like, she can still have a baby. And I'm all for it. So I put my vote on have a love child, please. Big news for Bad Bunny. He is the first Latino to headline a live-action Marvel movie. If you're a big Marvel fan, you're going to love this. This is actually the first time that a Latinx actor has their own live-action superhero film in the Marvel universe, okay? He's going to be playing the character of 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗔𝗏𝗏𝗏, which means the dead one. And he's an anti-hero who gets his powers from a mask that's been passed down from generation to generation. It's actually going to be a spin-off of the Spider-Man franchise. where El Muerto is going to be at this wrestling charity event, and he's going to wrestle Spider-Man in the attempt to unmask him. This is going to be good. Now this is all set to hit theaters January 12th, 2024. Look at him. This is going to be his character right here. Look at that. What do you think? Cool? You going to watch it? I'm excited. I'm really excited for this. So as they say, one woman's trash is another woman's treasure, and it looks like 𝗏𝗃𝗍. Not only is he a DJ, but he's also the guy that Madison Beer used to date, and he's getting cozy with this hottie, Olivia Rodrigo. The two of them, they were seen hanging out here in all the hot spots. They were having some fun together, and sources say that Zach feels Olivia is really down to earth and he loves how low-key she is. Now, they all started back in February. Olivia flew cross-country when Zach invited her to one of his DJ gigs, which happened during Super Bowl weekend. The one thing I do have to say is I'm really glad that they're both in the industry because he's a DJ, she's a singer. They can make some great future music together. In more ways than one, if you know what I mean. And they look cute together. Can you imagine getting married for a second time to the same person you married the first time? Sounds weird, right? I know. Well, Neo and his wife, Crystal Smith, who was actually about to be his ex-wife back in 2020, they both got married again for the second time this past weekend. Now, they renewed their vows in Vegas. The theme was Red Affair. So they basically had all the guests dressed in red. And I don't know, that's kind of a little weird to me. I mean, I know red kind of symbolizes love and passion, could symbolize good luck in some cultures, but I heard it's a color that you should not be wearing to a wedding because it's bold and it's loud. And I actually thought that it was bad luck to wear red to a wedding. But since it seems to be their dress code, it's not like anybody was upstaging the bride, right? Plus, calling this a red affair, I don't know, kind of has me thinking of other thoughts too. I mean, listen, I love Neo. He's a friend of mine. I hope this time that they can truly make this work. Otherwise, that red affair is going to turn to blackout real quick. Boom. I hope not, though. Oh, and the crazy thing is I heard that they used like hundreds of thousands of roses because the rose petals that they put all over that place, I just can't even imagine how many roses it took to take the rose petals to fill all of, like, you got to go through these pictures. If you see these pictures, you're going to see for yourself what I'm talking about. I mean, it was like you could swim in rose petals. Those poor roses, they didn't even have a chance to live. Think about it. The only one standing out is the bride. All eyes on her. You know what? Now I see why she went all red and made everyone wear red. Because white does outshine red, in my opinion. We still don't talk about Bruno, no, right? But we are going to talk about how Disney is taking Encanto on the road for a little sing-along film concert tour. And they're going to be doing this live band that they're going to play the biggest hits from the movie. And this is the cool part, ready? They're going to be airing the movie on the big screen as the band plays, like right next to them. That's really cool. Talk about feeling like you're part of the movie with like an insane surround sound, which is going to be provided by an actual band. That's sick. Anyway, this tour is going to be starting mid-July, scheduled to hit 32 cities. I might have to go. I still haven't seen Encanto, but this would be the reason why I would have to go see it, because I would want the band live performing alongside the movie. Madonna, whew, she's single and she's back on the market for this upcoming summer. Yeah, she just broke up with her 28-year-old boyfriend after being with him for 30 years. You heard me right. Yes, 28. She is 63. He moved out, but they are reportedly on good terms. You know, she's obviously keeping busy, though. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed the weird TikToks that she's been putting up for the past few weeks on TikTok, doing some weird stuff. I don't know if she was like sticking her tongue out or showing us her lips. I have no idea, but she's also working on her upcoming biopic. Now, imagine, though, when her ex starts dating again, right? And the new girl asks about his most recent ex. And he's like, well, I was dating Madonna for a few years. It just didn't work out. I don't even know how I would react to that. I probably wouldn't even believe him. But then if he pulls out the pictures with all the proof and stuff, yeah, I might actually run, because I'd be like, why were you with her? She's too old for you. But whatever. That's just me. Anyway, let's kick into some music news, okay? Billie Eilish busted her ass this past weekend at Coachella, man. The crazy part, no one could see it, but you heard it, and she didn't hold back. Watch this video.
You guys, I just ate ass up here. I'm good. I stepped on the... It was dark. Ouch. I tripped on the fucking fire thing.
Is it me, or could you like picture exactly what happened? Because I feel like I heard a skip trip. And you know what that is, right? It's like when you're tripping, but then you have that little skip attached right before you totally face plant. I always wondered if artists were able to see up there when like the place goes pitch black. And I always thought that maybe they had these like light up spots that only they were aware of, but I guess not. So I finally found out the answer to that question after seeing, or should I say hearing, that Billy video. Poor thing though. I'm the worst. See, when I see someone trip or fall, I bust out laughing. And I know it's wrong, but I just can't help my evil self. Because that is pretty evil, right? I don't mean to be evil though. Anyway, moving on. We have to say happy birthday to Lizzo. Yes, she is celebrating her 34th birthday today. But she also got us amped up for her new album, which is dropping on July 15th. And she posted this video on her socials to make this huge announcement. I am beyond excited. I mean, it's about damn time, girl, that we get to see you back on that stage. It's been 3 damn years. Now, the special tour is kicking off in Florida, September 23rd. She said she'd be bouncing around till November 18th on that tour, and it wraps up in LA. Now, she's bringing Latto as her opener, and I'm all about the girl power. Now, if you want to get yourself some pre-sale tickets, they go on sale this week. That is going to be an insane bazango of a show. Let me tell you, if you've never seen Lizzo perform live, what? It's all the reason for you to get tickets and go. I'm serious. One of the big summer festivals that has a lot of people looking forward to is Lollapalooza. It's in Chicago, and they just released the official day-by-day lineup, which is going to be happening July 28th to the 31st at Grant Park. Now, here's a few people that you're going to get to see each day. On Thursday, you get to see Metallica, Lil Baby, and Big Sean. Friday, Dua Lipa, Machine Gun Kelly, Glass Animals. On Saturday, J. Cole, Kygo, and Cascade. And on Sunday, Green Day, Doja Cat, and Jane's Addiction. Now, obviously, this list is much longer. You could see on the screen all those names. I'm not going to sit here and read them to you, but there are tons and tons. And if you want to see the complete lineup, just go to lollapalooza.com and you can get your tickets there too. After 2 years off because of COVID, the UK's biggest summer party is returning to Wembley Stadium in London. Harry Styles was just announced as the headliner for Capital's Summertime Ball, which is going to be happening on June 12th. Now, his third album, Harry's House, comes out on May 20th. And speaking of Harry, he's also the cover model for the upcoming May 12th edition of Better Homes and Gardens. Now, he's going to be opening up about his sex life and how he's been ashamed of it, his sexuality, and how hard it was for him to trust people. And all of this kind of has me wondering, how is his relationship with Olivia Wilde working out so well? I mean, I wonder if she's down with letting other people join them in the bedroom. I don't know. Guess I'll have to check out that interview when it comes out. Know what I'm saying? I have no idea. Moving forward, we might as well call this coming Friday Future Friday. And not just because it's in the future, but because Future himself is going to be dropping his 9th studio album, I Never Liked You. Now, if you saw his Instagram post, then you saw the announcement, which showed off the cover art, which might actually look familiar to you. And it's because it was originally in his cover shoot for GQ magazine, which just came out a few weeks ago. Now, he was named the best rapper alive, which I don't know how you feel about him being given that title. But anyway, Kanye and FKA Twigs, there are a few features that you can look forward to hearing on that new album. Now, remember, it's coming out this Friday, so get it all on your streaming platforms. I don't know how I feel about this, but I just found out that Travis Scott is going to be getting back on stage on May 7th. Now, he's performing at the Miami Hotspot 11, and he's the headliner for Miami's Race Week. Now, get this. Tickets are going for $150 for women, $250 for men, and VIP tables, $100,000. Not to mention, he's also going to be dropping a new album called Utopia, which happens to be the first album that he teased back in 2020, So I guess it's been a long time coming. It's his 4th album he's going to be dropping. And here's my take, okay? I'm not in Miami, but if I was, I would be racing far away from there because during that time, I don't want to see anything bad happen again. I still think it's kind of too soon for him to be on stage making money when a lot of people lost their lives and got hurt at his Astroworld concert, which I still think could have been prevented. That's my take on it. Post Malone did a rare Instagram live the other day. He was actually connecting with his fans to give them this little private listening party. So if you happen to follow him and you saw that he was live and you jumped on it, then you were lucky enough to be part of this little private party. He was playing some snippets of like a bunch of songs from his upcoming album, 𝗘𝗡𝗧𝗘𝗏𝗧𝗏. Now his fans were so excited to hear some of the familiar voices like Doja Cat. She's on a song called Happy, Cooped Up with Roddy Ricch, and there's also a song called Wasting Angels with the Kid Laroi. Now, he was also in the middle of sharing a little solo track, and then he said, getting into trouble right before he hopped off the live. The one thing that he did make sure to let everyone know is that he didn't have a release date yet for the album, but we know it has 14 tracks on it. So something tells me it might be coming out sooner than we think. And I say that because when artists tease us like that, the drop is usually right around the corner. I mean, hey, for all we know, he could be dropping it right now as I'm talking. I'm not telling you to leave and go check, but I'm just letting you know, maybe it's coming out right now. All right, time to do a little chick chat, okay? So this girl that I saw on TikTok, she actually just went viral because she shared her horrible first date story. Let's just take a look at part 1 together.
So this guy invites me to dinner and he texts me that night. He goes, just wear like jeans and a black sweater or something like that, which I assumed was a suggestion, although oddly specific. Well, no one's gonna tell me what to do, so I don't wear that, and I get to the restaurant and he doesn't even say hi. He just goes, well, that doesn't look like a black sweater. I really should have left at this point, but I didn't, and it got so much worse. I actually asked him why it was such a specific request, and he goes, I just think women look best in a black sweater and jeans. Yeah, well, good thing I didn't ask, right? So the same night, I was basically debating whether or not, I'm not naturally blonde, obviously, but I was debating whether or not to color my hair back to my natural dark brown. And he tells me that if I went back to my dark hair, he would never speak to me or see me again. And we're at a sushi restaurant, right? And I don't like raw food. Like, I don't like the texture of the meat. He calls me uncultured and then basically bullies me into...
So yes, that was part 1. There is a part 2. Maybe I'll show it to you, but I just want to say the audacity of this dude. You know what? I am going to show it to you. We're going to play half of it. Here we go.
So this is part 2, because there's other stuff, because it gets worse. So starting where we left off with the sushi thing, he actually force feeds me the sushi. Like, he puts in a fork and she's like, just open your mouth, put it in. And I just don't like raw fish. Like, I don't like raw fish. I don't like raw meat. I don't like the texture. And he kept calling me uncultured. You have to culture your palate. You have to, like, explore more, expand your horizons. Mind you, this is coming from a man who told me he hates onions, cilantro, and garlic. On our first date, he ordered, I forgot what it was. He ordered this dish and there was onions and cilantro on it. And he actually, like, freaked out. And he yelled at the waiter, made him send it back to the kitchen, and made them, like, redo the whole dish. Because he hates seasonings or, like, vegetables, he said. But it's weird that I don't like raw fish. Another red flag was he was really rude and arrogant to the waitstaff and the valet. Like, he just, very, very condescending. And I think the worst part of this whole date was, towards the end, he was making me PDA with him. Like, he just kept pulling me in to kiss him. And I kept saying, like, no, like, I mean, like, not in public, at least. Like, I don't really know you that well. And even though I expressed that I was uncomfortable, he kept pulling me in. And he kept saying, like, no, kiss me slower. You have to do it more romantically. Kiss me more romantically. Like, what do you think this is? Like, this isn't the girlfriend experience. I mean, I don't even know this guy. It's in public, too. He also made sure I knew how much he was paying for the meal. He was like, oh, I'm paying $300 for this meal. Which is really, really tacky. So I basically kind of ghosted him after this.
Guys, this is why it is super difficult to date in this world. The audacity of this man. You know, he actually did her a favor and got all his red flags out of the way on the first date, saving her all this time and energy wasted on the wrong person. You know, maybe I should start sharing some of my bad dating stories. I think we'll just save that for another show, though, because between my stories and my friends' stories, we could definitely write a book that's probably going to be thicker than the dictionary. It doesn't matter if he knows what he wants. There's a way to deliver that. And you don't own a person. You can't tell them what to do or what to wear or how to be. You know what I'm saying? No. If somebody told me what to wear on a first date, I'm not even showing up. Don't tell me what to wear. Anyway, so if you're like me and you're getting tired of these dating apps, you might want to try the 333 strategy. I just found out about this. The woman who wrote about it, she used it to find love after swiping for about 4 years, and she had no success. But now she did with her little 333 strategy. And here's how it works, okay? You date 3 people at a time. You give them all at least 3 months before making any commitments. And then you give the people you are dating 3 chances within reason. She says by only dating 3 people or less, you're not overwhelming yourself with options. Now, she says you wait 3 months before putting a label on it because by the 3-month mark, you've hopefully gone through lots of experiences with them. Plus, you give them each 3 chances and communicate healthy when it comes to resolving issues. Now, she said this is the strategy that helped her find love because it cancels out disposable dating mentality that apparently is formed when using these dating apps. Does this mean that you're sleeping with all 3 of these people too? Because I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not trying to increase my number by 3 just to hopefully eliminate 2. Because if I end up eliminating 3 and then I have to start over, I feel like my numbers are going to keep jumping up way too quickly for my liking. Or am I just overthinking this? I'm all about this whole, you got to date one person at a time. I understand having options, but then, I don't know, don't be in a relationship for 3 months with somebody. I don't know. It's just weird. How do you hang out with somebody for 3 months and it doesn't turn into a relationship? I'm confused. Maybe somebody in the chat can help clarify that for me because I'm definitely confused. So do you want to know how to tell if a man is cheating? Besides the obvious signs, a good way is to have him send you a picture of his bedroom. It's not a surefire way to find out, but it Okay, do you know what that is? Basically, it's like one of those live, laugh, love signs that only women put into their rooms. So if the room is spotless and you see signs like that or anything that's kind of girly or has a woman's touch, it means a girl is probably in the picture. Because no man has a place with this type of decoration unless his mom came over and decorated. And when guys have their moms come over and they decorate, the minute the mom leaves, they take down that stuff. So I don't know, but you let me know what you think. I think this TikToker's onto something. Forget about cheating. I want to know how many wives is too many wives, because a guy in Brazil married 9 women at the same time. 9 women. Do you hear me? I want to know, how did he get all 9 women to agree to this? I learned that while I was reading about this story, he actually had these women on a sex schedule, but he found out that didn't work. So now he's basically winging it when it comes to getting it on. I mean, with 9 women, it's like, how do you juggle that? It's not even one a day because you're not being fair. There's 7 days in a week. So it's not like each woman has their own dedicated day. They're overlapping. There is some overlapping going on, and this is crazy. Now, one woman, she just said, I'm done. And she got out of this entanglement because she actually wanted him all to herself, but that wasn't going to happen. So now he's down to 8 wives. I can only imagine, how is this marriage going to pan out? How do they plan to have his kids? How does that dynamic work? This just sounds like way too much work to juggle women. I mean, I know a lot of men who have one wife and they wish they could get rid of her. Imagine having multiples. Let's just think about this for a second, okay? If you could juggle as many husbands or wives as possible, how many would you truly want? Please put it in the comments. Please, I want to hear what we're working with here. Because this to me is crazy. If I think about that, how many husbands would I truly want? Well, I know I just got through saying that I'm only a person that, wouldn't want to date multiple people at the same time. But all right, so now if it's making a commitment to someone for life, I guess it is true that maybe after a while you might get a little bored of the same face after 20, 30, 40 years. So maybe 2. But here's the thing. If I'm going to have this second husband, he's going to come in after like 10, 15, 20 years of marriage. This way, it's something to spice it up. So I still keep, the love of my life, and then I have a new love of my life. So it's like I'm not overlapping this guy's doing at the same time. And then what do these women actually talk about when they're all hanging out in the house? First of all, how big is this house? Because you know that they all have to be like housed together. They're married. You're not going to want to live separate from your husband. So do we have like 9 bedrooms for each of them, and he just jumps from room to room? Or are there 10 bedrooms so he can have a little privacy sometimes? Again, I have way too many questions, and I'm thinking way too deep into this, but I would love to know, do they have a girls' night and they just talk about like things that they've done with him, places they've gone, or conversations they've had? This is just crazy. That's enough for me to think about. I can't think about this anymore. It's way too much. Guys, I hope you really enjoyed the live show today. The live taping, I should say. Of course, that wraps up our show for today. I hope that you're going to join us for our live taping next week. And make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel so you can get all the notifications. Oh, and if you are on TikTok, well, I am too. So I would love for you to find me at Starr, aka_Virtual, which you could also find me with at the same name on Twitter. We are going to be having a ton of fun. Let me know what you like, what you want to hear more of, what you want to hear less of. Oh, and you know what I actually want to point out? We did not have any Kardashian news today. That is news breaking in itself, guys. We did not have any Kardashian news because I had nothing to share for you. Well, we had stuff on Rob Kardashian, but I don't think that you really would have cared to hear about him and Blac Chyna and the whole situation that they have going on in court right now. But FYI, I kept it Kardashian free. So kudos to me, guys. Kudos to me. Woohoo! And with that said, we will catch you again next week. Have a great one. Bye.